Well, here we go. Starting a model of a Kratergarten. It's a technique I learned from Sepp Holter's seminar. The idea of the Kratergarten is to create a microclimate. It's used in cold climates to create a little pocket of warm air and also a little pocket for snow retention, so that you have the snow covering your tender plants in the winter. I had noticed with my grapes that, and you can see that in a different video that I recorded earlier, that with the grapes, they would die at the snow line. And I made the very silly, stupid mistake of raising the beds that the grapes are in. So while the grapes survived, and we may even get lucky enough to have grapes again this year, they certainly are not as big as I would like. And if I want them to vine out, we're gonna have to give them some winter protection. So this is the start of that. So right here, the excavator is creating a pond. It's going to be about 30 feet across, 15 to 20 feet wide, and the depth is going to depend on the amount of material we need for a 6-foot high berm here. The berm is going to be 6 feet wide across on the top, and probably 9 to 12 on the bottom. And we're going to plant the back side of the berm with the berm's going to extend in a horseshoe shape all the way around. North is this way, and that's the way our winds come from, and they also come from the northwest. So this berm is going to protect tender plants, including grapes, from those winds, because we'll be planting the grapes on this side of them. We're putting in a rock sink, a rock heat sink on this inside side of the berm, so we'll be bringing in some black rock to do that and planting the grapes in amongst that. The rocks combined with the pond should give us one heck of a good heat retention pocket. And the back side of the berm is going to be planted with conifers. Although you don't see many here in the background, this area of Manitoba is conifer friendly, very much so. So I'm expecting to get the wind protection there. Anyway, another day in the sandbox for me. This is going to be my last experimental technique that I use here, because we're broke. We had tried to set this system up so that we could be getting a revenue out of this as soon as possible. If you've been following me and watching my other videos, you'll know that the worms made a number on all our fruiting trees, and they're coming back. We just didn't get the growth on them we wanted. This is Husgap. It's coming. It's its second year. We've got black currant this year, doing well. Even our grapes are doing really well, despite having been killed. Anything that wasn't covered by the snow was killed. If you look and see here, look at that. Zone 1 grapes, baby. When we get these protected and a little bit more snow cover, we're going to be golden. These are going to do really well. We'll get them out of the tires, get them in amongst rocks, and we should have some real big success there. You guys are seeing the plum, pear, and apple that we planted here. They died off. They're all coming back from the roots. We had the worst winter on record last winter, so you know, I'm not sure if I can say that these aren't hardy enough for this zone, or this winter was just an outlier, and that whatever's coming from the root, which probably won't be the fruit that we expect, may survive. Anyway, so lots of lessons here. We will be in a holding pattern for the next 2 years until we get some production. When this place starts making some money for us, then we'll invest in a bigger Kratergarten in the back end there. And we may try ducks next year to handle these silly caterpillars. And if that doesn't work, then we'll use sheets, the frost sheets, the frost guard sheets on top of our berry bushes. Some berries are producing this year well. Blackcurrant is full. You can see some pictures on my Facebook page if you're following me there. And they're full because the caterpillars weren't interested in eating them at all. But rhubarb did well. The blackcurrant did well. Red currant is coming back hard. Some of the raspberry did really well, even through the infestation. I was thinking that it was going to die. Anyway, to try and avoid being too repetitive here, I'll just cut it off here. As you can see, all our white sweet clover and our Dutch white clover and dandelions are doing the trick. Our forage radish and buckwheat is coming in hard too. So I'm impressed. We've done well this year despite the challenges, and I'm hoping that over the next few more years that I can prove to my wife that this isn't just a money-losing venture. But honestly, people, I love permaculture so much. This is an experiment. I'm willing to give up alcohol, gambling, cigarettes, and any other vice that I might have to experiment and play with. Anyway, good luck with your projects. Have a good one.